Ladies and gentlemen, what we're about to dive into is peak Antifa meltdown. I'm talking about Portland turning into a war zone, protesters collapsing under pressure, humiliating themselves on camera, and one base troll exposing just how fragile the entire movement really is. Now, remember, Donald J. Trump's back in the White House and the border is being secured, and yet here in Portland, Antifa still hasn't gotten the memo. They're out in the streets, they're chanting stolen people, stolen land, like broken robots. Right up until one guy shows up, mocks their slogan in a squeaky cartoon voice, and they completely lose it. Guys, that's only the start of it. In fact, we got viral clips of Antifa militants literally shaking during arrest at the Portland ICE facility that are out there. You've humiliated online. These folks are being humiliated online for being exposed as cowards. We got protesters that are so clueless, they confuse Ice Cube's tour bus with an ICE deportation vehicle. Yes, you heard that right. We've got locals actually calling their own city a war zone as these black-clad activists spiral into chaos. It is complete nuts out there. But this isn't resistance. It's not justice. It is a circus. Like when you pull back the curtain, it's even worse than you thought. So today, I want to go ahead and break it all down for you guys. The chants, the meltdowns, the humiliations. And I promise you, by the end of today's video, you're gonna see exactly why Antifa just keeps losing and why America is under Trump and moving forward while they're still stuck in the past. Hit the like button, subscribe. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the heart of this viral moment. Right outside the ICE facility in Portland, Antifa was out in full force, chanting the same tired line, stolen people, stolen land, over and over and over, right? Just like robots stuck on a loop. Then, out of nowhere, one guy walks up, and instead of screaming back at them or trying to argue, he does something absolutely brilliant. He parrots their own chant back at them, but in a squeaky cartoon voice. And just like that, the mask slips. Antifa, the so-called warriors of justice, immediately crumble. They started screaming harassment, yelling, "Get away from me," and losing their composure. The man didn't threaten them. He didn't even touch them. All he did was mirror their nonsense back at them, and it just completely broke their act. So here's the kicker. This guy wasn't just trolling. He was exposing something deeper, that the entire Antifa identity, it rests on being taken seriously. Now, if you strip that away, they're left flailing. So then, right on cue, enters the white knight. You know the type, the privileged progressive swoops in and tries to defend the poor Antifa drones from the evil troll, right? But instead of standing for truth, he immediately goes after race. He points at the troll, who happened to be a black Trump supporter, and basically accusing him of betraying his own identity. Now think about that. Think about that, right? In 2025, with Donald J. Trump back in the Oval Office, we still have white liberals lecturing black men on what they're supposed to believe. That's not progress. That's racism in disguise. This is race policing wrapped in like a political bow. The white knight looked ridiculous, trying to shame someone into silence. That's the hypocrisy that keeps coming up. Antifa claims to fight for equality, but the moment that a minority thinks differently, they're labeled as a traitor, as if they can't think on their own. They can't handle individuality. That's the problem. They can't handle diversity of thought. And this movement, this particular moment outside the ICE facility, exposed that hypocrisy for the entire world to see. Now, think about this. Every single year, seniors lose thousands through bad Medicare coverage, higher premiums, denied prescriptions, missed benefits. You've probably felt these pains already. It's kind of like having a hole in your retirement bucket. So this is why I partner with Chapter. Their advisors search through every Medicare plan available nationwide to plug the leaks and to protect your money. Now, Leslie Taylor, she didn't even realize her Medicare plan was leaking $1,000 a year until Chapter showed up. So now that money is back in her pocket. So here's my question. Are you okay with letting your Medicare plan drain your savings? Or do you want to do what most people already are? Now, most people are calling the phone number right there on the bottom of your screen, or they're visiting askchapter.org/Ron. That phone number is 909-563-8279, and tell them your friend Ron says hello. So now I want to talk about the most humiliating viral clip to come out of Portland. You've probably seen it by now. The Antifa militant at the ICE facility who thought he was some kind of a hero. Well, he came prepared with a red paint stunt, ready to play revolutionary for the cameras. But when the police finally stepped in to take him away, the man was literally shaking, trembling like a like a leaf in the wind. This is the perfect snapshot of Antifa in 2025. They posture as these warriors, they dress in black like stormtroopers, but when the heat comes down, they collapse under pressure. It's not just humiliating, it's revealing. I mean, these people they're not brave fighters that are standing up to tyranny. They're fragile cosplayers who break the moment that reality catches up with them. And the internet absolutely noticed it. We all noticed it. Clips of this guy shaking have gone everywhere. You couldn't help but notice it. Exposing Antifa's so-called toughness is nothing more than theater, a moment built on intimidation. They can't even keep it together during an arrest. It's completely pathetic. And so if you thought that was embarrassing, wait until you hear about the Ice Cube bus fiasco. Yeah, you heard me right, guys. Antifa protesters in Portland actually confused Ice Cube's bus tour with an ICE deportation bus. You can't even make this stuff up. They went into full meltdown mode, hurling accusations, whipping each other into chaos, and some reports even claim they vandalized it before realizing their colossal mistake. Now, think about that for a second. These are some self-proclaimed defenders of truth and justice, the ones screaming about fascism and oppression, and they can't even tell the difference between a hip-hop legend's bus and a government deportation vehicle. That's how disconnected from reality this movement has become. Now, of course, the mockery was instant. Social media lit up with laughter, memes exploded from NWA to ICE. People joked about these guys. I mean, it was the ultimate humiliation. Once and again, Antifa proved that they don't just fight phantoms, they invent them. And in the process, they expose themselves as a complete joke to the whole country. Now, folks, I want to zoom out just for a second, and I want to look at the big picture. That is fascism. Think about it. It's fascism wrapped in some black hoodies and some spray paint. So remember this, guys. October 2025, Trump is back in the White House restoring law and order nationally, but Portland leadership continues to let Antifa run wild. So instead of peace, they've turned a once beautiful city into ground zero for chaos. And who pays the price? Normal Americans just trying to live their lives. And right at the center of it all, it's that chant that you've heard 1,000 times. Stolen people, stolen land. It's their go-to slogan. It's their sacred hymn. But when that troll outside the ICE facility parroted it back to when that troll parroted it back in a squeaky cartoon voice, the whole illusion shattered, because here's the truth. When you strip away the faux seriousness, the chant is nothing but some empty words. Let's be real, guys. Every piece of land in the world was conquered by somebody at some point. I mean, that's just human history. Nations rise and fall, borders shift, civilizations expand, collapse, and rebuild. Yet Antifa clings to this grievance narrative as if it justifies tearing America apart in 2025. Now, the reason that Troll's mockery went viral, it's because it hit a nerve. It showed just how ridiculous it sounds when you actually stop and listen. They chant like robots, but the words crumble under the weight of reality. That's why laughter is the ultimate weapon here. It strips the power out of the slogans that were never grounded in truth to begin with. So here's the piece Antifa's never going to admit. If America is so evil, so fascist, so unlivable, then why are people risking their lives every single day just to get in here? Like, why do migrants cross deserts, rivers, and razor wire to reach the hellscape that Antifa screams about? Because deep down, everyone knows the truth. This is the most prosperous, free, opportunity-rich nation on earth. Antifa chants stolen land while holding these iPhones made in China, sipping lattes from Starbucks, and live streaming their residents and resistance on platforms that are built by American ingenuity. Meanwhile, real immigrants, many of them Hispanic, Asian, or African, they're saying the opposite. They're grateful for a shot at the American dream. And under Trump 2025, the contrast is even sharper. Jobs are coming back, the border's being secured, America First policies are working, and yet these privileged activists choose to play victim, clinging to grievance politics while standing in the freest nation mankind has ever built. That disconnect is exactly why their movement rings hollow. So now, here's the fun part. People have tried debating Antifa. They've tried reasoning, bringing charts, history, statistics, and it never works. You know why? Because Antifa isn't interested in dialogue. They're interested in performance. That's why ridicule, laughter, and memes are the most powerful weapons that we've got. So that viral troll at the ICE facility, it proved it. I mean, he didn't need to argue. He just squeaked their slogans right back at them. Stolen people, stolen land, beep, bop, bop. I mean, and suddenly they were exposed because the entire aura of Antifa depends on being taken seriously. The moment you mock them, the facade crumbles. Memes do what facts can't. They humiliate. They show the absurdity and they spread like wildfire online. So this is exactly why these clips go viral. Trump supporters in 2025, they know this better than pretty much anyone. We fight with humor, and nothing terrifies the left, nothing terrifies the self-proclaimed revolutionaries more than being laughed at. Now, I want to be honest here. What we're seeing in Portland isn't activism anymore. Not a threat to tyranny, but a bad improv show that's gone completely wrong. Meanwhile, in Trump's America for 2025, real issues are being addressed. Border security, jobs, inflation, energy independence. Ordinary Americans are focused on building communities and families, businesses. But Antifa, they're stuck screaming about some stolen land in front of an ICE building, pretending it means something. And it doesn't. It's just cosplay. And the world is laughing at the show here. So here's the deeper layer. The meltdown in Portland isn't just about Antifa. This is about the entire leftist obsession with identity politics. They claim to fight for minorities, but the moment that a black man supports Trump, they attack him. The moment a Hispanic says, "I don't buy the victim narrative," they shame him. It's fragility masquerading as progressivism. So this is why that white knight comment at the ICE protest is so telling. The white progressive tried to scold a black Trump supporter on how he's supposed to think. That right there is racism, plain and simple. This is happening in 2025 because the left cannot survive without conformity. But here's the twist. It's backfired. Under Trump's second term, more black and Hispanic Americans are openly backing America First policies more than ever before. The left is losing its grip because people see through the script. Identity politics isn't empowering, it's control. And Antifa exposed it without even realizing it. So after everything we've walked through, the troll humiliating them at the ICE facility, the white knight meltdown, the viral clips of a so-called militant literally shaking during the arrest, the Ice Cube bus fiasco, the endless chants about stolen land, the conclusion writes itself. Antifa just keeps losing because they don't stand on truth. They stand on theater. And theater collapses the moment that you shine light on it. Now in Portland and in Trump's America for 2025, moving forward is exactly what's happening. Jobs are returning, the border is being secured, families are being strengthened. And so while the left chants, the right builds. While Antifa screams in the streets, Trump is reshaping the future. That's why they lose. Memes beat slogans. Humor beats hysteria. Facts beat fantasies. And the people of America, real Americans, are tired of being lectured by anarchists who mistake a rapper's tour bus for ICE. Antifa's time is over. The performance is exposed and the audience has left the theater. And America, well, America is stronger than ever.